Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Stacy. Today I'm going to go over my July wrap up and my August TBR. First, everyone, let's wrap up the month of July. It's the hottest month that has been Louisiana so far. Like a heat index has been hitting us real bad. So I would like to have gone on a picnic, gone outside and read for y'all by the water, but it's too hot. I'm going to attempt to do that eventually. But let's get started with these books that I read. Well, no, let's go with the books that I gave away. So I gave away between 50 and 60 books this month to the free little library, to friends. Some of my friends got like a 10 pound stacks of books because I got a brand new bookshelf. And I was clearing out all the stuff that I didn't see myself reading, or if I have read it and I didn't want them anymore. So they got a nice, good, healthy stack of books. Books that I read this month. I read about 12 books this month. Of the 10 physical books that I read, y'all, I read 24 Hours in Paris, and then I DNF'd 24 Hours in Italy. I had Maisie Wood by Tanari Davu. I don't know how to pronounce the lady's name. She wrote Reformatory. I DNF'd that book. Soft DNF. Maybe I'll buy it or rent it from the library physically because I just couldn't get into it when it was on the Kindle as a NetGalley book. It was just ongoing. The book was way too long. It was about this girl, and there was some magical realism to where she had a dog and there was some demonic something going on in it. Not my type of book, so I DNF'd that book. Ring Shout, y'all know I DNF'd that book as well. Now, the books that I love this month: Wildflowers Grow, 5 stars. 5 stars. Thank you, everyone who recommended that book for me, because I was like, I know I got a 5-star in here, and I just was happy that that happened to be one. Now, the book that was most triggering to me that I did finish that I wish I would have DNF, it was The Perfect Nanny. This book, it was an international bestseller, but it was originally written in French and they translated it to English and it didn't translate well. Like this lady, I took it personal because although this is fiction, it's about this girl. It's a thriller and it is a penguin. You can see a little penguin on the edge of it. So Miriam is a French Moroccan lawyer. She decides to return to work after having children. She and her husband look for the perfect nanny for their 2 young children. They never dreamed they would find Louise, a quiet, polite, devoted woman who sings to the children, cleans the family chic apartment in Paris, upscale 10th floor, and stays late without complaining. She hosts events and kiddie parties and all the things, this, that, and the third. So the couple, the nanny becomes more dependent on her, and there's some type of jealousy, resentment, and suspicious mount up. And this is like building up tension on every page. The nanny was compulsive. She was, they say, brave, and they explored power, class. This book had a lot of racism in it, y'all. It was triggering for me. It was domestics and motherhood. And the first line of this book, I should have just stopped reading it right there and there because it was just like, girl, the first page of this book was the best page of the book, but it was also the worst page of the book because she didn't give us nothing throughout this whole book. And then it seemed like she just stopped writing at a halt. And I do not like when books do that. The first sentence of this book says, "The baby is dead." The second one, it says, "It took only 5 seconds. The doctor said he didn't suffer." I don't like when babies die in books. I don't like when people kill babies. I don't like it. And her references to Arabian people, she did not like them using their language. She didn't want them watching her kids. And then at a point, she was talking about word for word, "I am not a doormat, a slave content to clean up the shit and puke of little brats. Only black women do work like that now." And I was just like, why are we catching a stray? Like, why are we catching a stray up in this book? Like, go sit down somewhere. And then at a point, they had like a little fight in this restaurant or whatever with 2, I don't know if they was Arabian or black or Mexican or whatever. And she was just like, they got the darkies Darkies. They got the DARKIEs mixed up. I was like, no, she did not say darkies. This was very triggering for me because the story wasn't going nowhere, and you throwing out all these strays for no reason. Like, you got some type of unfinished hate or built up in you that you were like projecting in this book for some reason. And then the story wasn't even that good. She just stopped. So this is the lady. And I'm like, you look like, I don't know if y'all can see. I'm like, you look like you about mixed with something while you playing with black people. And I feel like sometimes the author, I just couldn't relate to it because I was side-eyeing it the whole time. And this was the longest, shortest book I ever read, y'all, in a long time. I thought I was going to finish this in a day. Hey, y'all. I just came up with this fantastic idea that I'm not going home until I finish this book. What y'all think? And I was like, oh, let's finish one book in a day. I even went to the restaurant, went to Barnes and Noble, went to the gym with this book. And it felt like it was taking forever. It took me 2 days to finish this book, y'all. It was 228 pages. Absolutely not. So that's my rant about that one. Yeah, moving on. I finished that Meant to Be series, y'all. Loved it, loved it, loved it. It was Meant to Be series. And this was the Disney retelling of all these. And you have By the Book, If the Shoe Fits, Kiss the Girl, and Tangled Up in You. And I rated this whole series a 4 out of 5 because I finished them, besides the one that just came out, Mulan story. And I'm not a fan of Mulan, but I don't know. I might read it if I find it in the wild, like I found these. I found If the Shoe Fits at Goodwill, and the rest of them were at Ollie. I think one of them was at Second and Charles. So all discounted books, a full series. So that shows you don't have to pay full price for like current books and stuff. And you just got to keep your eyes open. This one was really good. I would recommend it. I recommend all of them. And I ranked them in the video too, separately from this. So I can unhaul this book, these stacks. I can unhaul this one. Moving on. I can't talk about this one just yet because this is our book club pick that we had this month. And we haven't had our meeting yet. It's going to be on August, someday in August, but we haven't had it yet. So, and this is We Don't Talk About Carol. Hopefully I don't forget about the book by the time the meeting comes. I mean, I will say this book was good. I'm going to just leave it at that. Very good. Now, this month I read Dear Debbie because I was fiending for some McFadden. And she was crazy as hell, y'all. Y'all know how she's just wild. And I like Freedom McFadden. Her chapters are short, but it started out kind of slow, and then she picks up and put it in gear at page 100, 200. And this was 315 pages, so you can finish this in a couple, like 2 or 3 days. If you read, like, you know, average speed. I only read about 30 to 40 pages an hour, so I'm not the fastest reader. And this book, I gave it, all her books are like mid, like, you know, like a 3 or a 4. To me, they weren't bad, but they weren't like the best thing I ever read, but it was crazy stories. So I just like her. I like her. So if you like Freedom McFadden, I do recommend Dear Debbie. And it has this little twist, and Debbie was a columnist. You see, she writes terrible advice to her people and that emails her. She's just a terrible advice columnist person. So that was funny to me. It was pretty good. They do have some triggering things. Look at the trigger warnings with that. Now, the book that most surprised me this month, y'all, it was The Rose Bargain. Y'all, this book was so good. It's giving, what's it giving? So it's giving Gilded Age. Y'all watch that on HBO? I love the Gilded Age. A little bit of Bridgerton. So it's 19th century. And they're in London. So even though this is a fantasy book, they're in London, and it brings you, it's no like world building or anything strange. And the people's names are like Emmett and Ivy and you know, regular names. Emily, Faith, they have real names, so you don't have to go and get all these made up type of names. So it has a queen in it, and she's like Rumpelstiltskin. You got to make a deal with her, like the bargain, and it's always a catch, and it's always bad. Like she does petty things because she's like immortal. So the deal you make with her, she's just getting a kick out of it, you know? So you don't want to make a deal with her. So you have the Gilded Age mixed with Squid Games, because a little bit mixed with The Bachelor, because she's trying to pawn off her sons. And they have to battle like Hunger Games in this as well. This book was very good. I rated this book like a 4 out of 5. They do have a part 2. I think it's called The Queen's Thorn or something like that. And I'm tempted to go and get it, but it's on my cloud library, so I might read it from there. But it's such a pretty book. I saw it in Barnes & Noble when I went this week. And I'm like, do I want to buy a full price book? I got this one from Second and Charles. I'll see if they have it at the penny per page sale when I go on in the store or whatever day it is to see if they have part 2. But I really enjoyed this one. I might break and just buy it at full price or something at Books a Million or someplace. Very, very nice. Now, let's see. On my ebook, my Kindle books, I read Losing Control as the bonus book for my book club meeting. They got I don't like the book, y'all. It has too much profanity, and it's just not something that I want to read right now. No. I didn't DNF it, but I'm more like 80% done with it. And I couldn't stop right now and not care less about that book at all. Something in the Water, that book was like a 2 out of 5. It was a cover of like ocean, and they went to Bora Bora, but most of it was in London. It wasn't giving like summary like I thought it would have been. That is it as far as the books that I read, DNF'd, and books that I bought. So y'all know I saw all my stacks of books that I had got from Dollar Tree and from Book Outlet and all those different places. I had a couple from Office Depot because I'm missing one. I'm going to do the Henna Artist because this is like a trilogy type situation. And all these were discounted. So the Perfumist of Paris and The Secret Keeper of Jaipur. So it's a cultured book. And then I saw this one as well, The Mystery Guest. And it's a maid novel. And I have The Maid up there. And I was like, I have that book. So I got book 2 for that one. I haven't read part 1, but I bought book 2 like a crazy person. Yeah, so I got that. And then this Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. I got it from TJ Maxx. That is it on all the books that I am caught up with buying for this month so far. I think I bought 60 books this month. Like crazy. I did. Anyways, I'm currently reading The Strangers because that book, the Perfect Nanny, pissed me off so bad, y'all. It was like I couldn't go to sleep without reading something else. And I'm glad I picked this up because this book is actually really good. And this lady, she's a storyteller. She's a lawyer, but it seems like she wanted to be a writer her whole life. Even though this is nonfiction, it's telling a journey about how she is in a situation she's in right now with her husband and the memoir of her marriage. So this is just one of the newer ones that they're out right now from 2026. I think I got this from Marshall's. Yeah, I got this book from Marshall's. And I'm enjoying it. I ain't gonna say I don't rate memoirs, but I will say it's keeping my attention. It is only like 238 pages. And I'm on page 55. So moving along. I should finish this before the month is over with. Before I even post this. So this will be the last book of my reading for that stack. Now, bookish events I went to. So I did the book retreat at the beginning of the month, like 4th of July weekend. And then we went to that book store in Hammond and bought like some local books from there. I only bought 2 books. And, at the book retreat, we had our book club meeting. And we meet every 6 weeks. So we'll meet in about, 2 more weeks or so. Now, I went to book bingo. I didn't go to any other book club meetings this month. I could have went to the one for Elsie Silver, but I've been protesting, y'all. And I'm going to go back. I might go back for the one for Song of Achilles because I read that book and I'm this close to giving that Song of Achilles book away. And it's sitting in my car, like in the console to be dropped off somewhere. So I might go to that book club meeting coming either September. I think September. Now, that's it with the bookish things that I did. I don't have anything new bookish that I bought besides, let me see. I got this little organizer to put my bookmarks, my pens, and my little, bookish little things that I have, like pens and little knickknacks in there. I got this from Ross. But that's the only thing bookish that I have. I don't have anything new that's bookish that I got from a subscription or anything. Now, moving on. Thank you for my 400 subscribers that are here. We are growing together. I like it. I know sometimes y'all can't hear me, but I can't find the right microphone. But if you are a content creator, put in the comments and let me know what microphones y'all use, you know? And I tried to use my camera. I did like some sampling with my camera, and I need to get a converter so I can move that and start using my camera, because this camera is just collecting dust, y'all. I've been having it for a while, but it's not being utilized. I need to use this camera. I only use it on holidays, like I said, but I want to use it to like film and stuff. Now, picking my August TBR. Do I have anything? I don't have any book club information to give y'all right now because we haven't met just yet. But off the rip, books that I want to read this month. Let me see. I want to finish this Tracy Dion big mama books right here. I already read Legend Born, and I want to finish these books, Bloodmark, just to get them out. Like, I'm tired of looking at these on my shelves. They're so big. And then y'all know I read that other book by V.E. Schwab, and I want to read this one. It's a big book too, so I want to get these out of here this month. Those books that I want to read. Now let's pull some books from my cards. I pulled one because this is my OG card. This is like my backlist TBR. All my old books that's just been on the shelves that I had. Some of these books I've already read without pulling out that jar, but sometimes I pull out Old Faithful, and I pulled one. Because I didn't know if I wanted to do Summer Ween or what I want to do. Because I started reading the thrillers, but that one messed me up so bad. I pulled The Whispering Network. The Whispering Network. Oh, no, here it is right here. Yeah. The Whispering Network is a book that I had pulled from my backlist, my back order. And I got this one. It's 3 for $10. I must have got it from Winn-Dixie. When Winn-Dixie was open. Our Winn-Dixie's all closed, and now they are Aldi. Yeah. Aldi grocery store. So this is one book that I pulled for this month. Now let's pull these cards. I know y'all helped me last month, because when I tell y'all I pulled a good card and I was so happy with Where Wildflowers Grow, I just knew it was, I had a feeling it was gonna be a good book. Y'all see me scream and everything. So this is the Reader's Roulette. So let's see which one. Y'all gonna see it before me. Let me see. Hopefully it's nothing crazy. If it's something crazy, I'm putting it back. I don't know if y'all can see. It said, read the first book that's on your TBR list. First book on my TBR list. That's why I got y'all for my TBR list. Let me get another one. But I will read the first book on my TBR list. I guess it'll have to be The Whispering Network. I do have a notebook with a list of books that I need to read. Let me see if that 26 for 2026 list, I think I read that first book off of there already. That was that Trevor Noah book. But first, it'll have to be The Whispering Network, because I read all these first books off that list. Let me see. I could read this Washington Black book, y'all. I've been like putting it off for some reason. That means it's probably going to be a 5. So that's that one. First book off my... See, I'm just saying that because I went down my 2026 list, and that's just the first one that I didn't read yet. Now, I didn't like that card. Hopefully my other ones give me some better luck. Let me see what this one is hitting on. These are the cards I got from the bookshop. Let's see. Did I mix them up? Okay. This is the next one that I'm going to pull. I don't know if it's upside down. Here you go. Choose a book which has a person's name in the title. person's name in the title.
It's been 84 years.
I think I know what I'm gonna read, y'all.
A few moments later.
Okay. Person's name in the title. It could be any. It could be these. Okay. I have these books. The other Lata. This one looks pretty good. I have the Advika and the Hollywood Wives. And I have Dava's Last Days. So this could be one of the ones in this TBR list. I don't know. I got to decide. It might be all three of those, depending on how I feel. But those don't feel like it's giving summer. You know, I don't know. Don't know. Maybe. And another one that I was thinking about, it could be, I just saw it. You had a name? Oh, yeah. It could be Janae Sanders' Second Time Around or Vanessa Jarrett's Got a Man. Either of these two, they both have the names in the title. Okay, now let's see with this one. Let's see these TBR cards. I don't know, y'all. And then some of them, this is not even set. This is just like a rough draft of possibilities. See what this one says. Read a book from a genre you typically don't read. A genre that I typically do not read. Y'all know I don't read much. I read a little bit of everything, but typically the genres that I don't read is like Greek mythology-ish. So it could be this book, All We Hunger For. It could be this one, or it could be this Cleopatra book. Because I typically don't read Greek mythology. I read that Song of Achilles book, and y'all was like, I ain't no Greek mythology type of reader. So that is all that I have for y'all today. These are my possibilities of books that are moving to the front. And also, I do have new books that came out 2026 in this list, like a list of those. But these are the ones that I pulled for my TBR list, reading list for this month. Let me know if any of these are fives or what should I start with. Yeah. Now, August, I'm knocking down my TBR. Like, I am knocking down my TBR list for real. So I tried last month to do 24-hour readathon. That was an epic fail. Y'all saw the video of it. I tried to do read a book for a day, and I tried with that The Perfect Nanny. That was a fail. I ain't finished that book in one day because I was pissed off. And I want to go ahead again. I'm trying to do more challenges and stuff, you know. So we're going to do maybe 200 pages a day or 2 hours. I already read 2 hours a day every day. And that could be more of a challenge type situation to see how many of these books that I actually can read. And I'm thinking about on my nightstand, I have Practical Magic. Those books, it's a series. I want to read those before that movie comes out again, before fall. So, yeah. And I'm like, I might want to tap into some summer wing. I don't know. But I'm feeling like I don't want to rush the summer just yet. That's why I haven't tapped into my, my Halloween-ish books just yet. Yeah. So, some challenges, some sprints here and there. That's what y'all have to look forward to. And that's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And this is my July wrap-up and my August TBR. 10 physical, 2